Friends, we discuss about personality. And in the last class, we discussed about the traits of personality. On thenceforth, completing our discussion concerning to the traits of personality, we started to discuss about the relationship between character and personality. And you see, in one part, just starting to discuss about the relationship between personality and personality and character. We led to the class there because we didn't have much time to complete our discussion on the remaining part relating to the relationship between character and personality we have to discuss today. Let us see the next slide. Character, from purely psychological standpoint, is the temperament of physical and psychic makeup of a person. Personality, when we say, it means totality, the inner aspect of a concerned person as well as the outer physiological exposition. And that's why character is one of the most important parts of personality. And from purely psychological standpoint, when we discuss about character, we see that character is the temperament of physical and psychic makeup of a person. It is also one of the most important aspects of human personality. And that's why for knowing personality or for understanding personality, we have to know character, we have to understand character. For defining personality, we have to define character. And this term has been originated from the Greek term character, which means a stamping tool. You see, this is originated from the Greek term character, which means a stamping tool. Thus, or this way, character means the qualities that make a person or thing different from others or different from other things or people. Let's see the next slide. Character helps to get a picture of human personality. Means by analyzing character of a person, we can understand the personality of that particular person. By nature, means when we study the nature of human individual, by nature human character is varied. Differences we do notice. And the most important parameter which is to be well attended is selfishness is its universally accepted speciality. Man is selfish by birth we are selfish. And that's why here it is said, once you want to study human speciality of human character, then you will see that selfishness is its universally accepted reality or speciality. When there will not be self. See friends, we say basically, I am selfless. But what happens when there will not be self? With human organism, what will happen? Human organism will die. Means, no self means no life. By saying a selfless person, without being very conscious, we always mean about a dead person. And that's why psychologically it's a wrong assertion. He is very selfless person. It means that he is a dead person once we see from this standpoint of psychology. Because selfishness is the universally accepted reality or speciality. Once we study the character or speciality of human character or human personality. Let us see the next slide. From Indian value perspective, there is the value of life even after death. And by accepting such philosophy of life and of values of living, we always accept the reality of the value of existence or impact of our character even after death. Means, friends, character counts even after death when we see or study human existence in this complex universe from Indian value standpoint, because our value standpoint believes that there is the value of life even after death, and that's why character has the meaning, character has the value even after the absence of you people. Therefore, for the evaluation of human personality from Indian philosophical standpoint, we are bound to assess the activities in corporeal existence, on the influence of such existence even after death of a person. Means, during the time of survival and after demise, there is the value of life from Indian value standpoint, and that's why at the time of evaluation of character, the value of character, we have to see these two most important parameters of existence on the time of evaluating the concept of personality. Once we depend on Indian value system, then we have to see all these things, or we have to study all these things, all these most important, all contents. Let us go back to the next slide. In case of an ordinary person, what happens? The value of evaluation of the value of an individual before and after existence is important for the family and the relatives. Simply, if you die, there will be the loss of your family and loss of your relatives. But in case of an individual of national and universal importance, the value is measured universally and eternally. Say, for example, the value of the personalities of Gandhi and Abraham Lincoln. See, and by understanding the value of personality of Gandhi died 1948, certainly you know. Abraham Lincoln died in 1865. Still in the history of the United States of America, and still in the history of modern, globe, there is the impact of Abraham Lincoln. He is still existing. It means that he is absent, but he is still existing through or by his impact. Gandhi is not corporally present now. Long back he died. Still there is the impact of Gandhi not only in our society but in the global social order. And by evaluating the impact of such personalities, you can judge the impact of personalities of all those persons who are specially valuable, specially important from national as well as international parameter. And for general people, what happens? The presence and absence are well counted by the family member and by the relatives. Let us read it. Throughout the history, we find so many people whose life helped the humanity march ahead with a rich legacy of personalities. We find the names of thousands of people in the history of human social life, and we see what they did for the prosperity and transformation of human civilization. And still the impact of all those people are being well felt by the global society, by the people of the globe. Now let us see, friends, we have to some extent here in the contents of the slides, we have studied about the impact of concept of character, link of character with human personality. Thenceforth, we have studied the concept of self. Thenceforth, we have come to know about the impact of human personality when we remain exist, and the impact of our personality in our absence. We have studied. Now, friends, we have to study how habit and personality are connected or linked. Friends, habit basically means about routine pattern of behavior. Scrutiny of human habit is very important for the evaluation of human personality and this is one of the most important, discussion area of psychology. It is the other important aspect of measuring and judging human personality. This term is originated from the Latin term habitus, meaning condition. Habit very simply means something that a person does often or repeatedly. We can have a picture of personality with the help of thorough study of human habits, and that's why for understanding personality we have to understand habit, which is one of the most important subject contents of discussion of psychology. Let us see. To understand personality, we have to know the values human individuals follow. Values indicate standards of behavior. Values mean goals and ideals that are considered important and worthwhile to achieve. We can understand the nature of human personality with the help of thorough study of the values human individuals follow in different situations of life. So friends, character is to be considered at the time of studying personality. Habit is to be considered at the time of evaluating personality, and values are to be well counted or taken care of at the time of understanding personality or at the time of analysis of the concept of human personality. Let us see the next slide. This way, from the explanations of different important perspectives of personality, we can say that personality is a broad concept. It's an umbrella concept which covers different dimensions of human psychophysical aspects, behaviors, and relationships. It is a composite concept, mixed concept, and for understanding man in totality, there is the need of understanding all elements of human personality, and that's why it gets very difficult to understand human being. We are very critical, animal in this complex universe, or among all the living organisms, man is the most complex animal, and that's why studying man's behavior is very, very challenging. Let us see the next slide. What do we now see? We have to study some of the approaches depending on which we can study personality. Simply, we have come to know about the importance of habit for understanding personality, and then we have come to know about the importance of knowing about the values for understanding personality. And now this is the third part of this class, particularly approaches to study of personality. Means what approaches are followed to study varied personalities. To study personality for making the concept animated, psychologists have followed, type and trait approaches. Let's see two approaches. One is type approach and another is trait approach. Psychologists who follow type approach to explain the concept of personality in detailed manner try to examine different broad patterns of behavioral characteristics. This approach helps to study personality from different, psychological attributes or qualities that are exposed in human relationships in different situations of life. Let us see the next slide. Greek physician, now let us say, Greek physicians, this should be physician, not physicians. This should be physicians because two names are here. Greek physicians, Hippocrates and Galen, and that's why it is physicians. These are two physicians. One is Hippocrates, another is Galen. Classified personality types depending on type approach according to body humors. All such types are as the following. Depending on type approach, Greek philosophers or Greek physician Hippocrates and Greek physician Galen, means physicians like Hippocrates and Galen, depending on type approach, classified personality, human personality flexibility in all these types. Number one, sanguine type. Sanguine type people we see. Then choleric type people we find. 3. Melancholic type people we find. Number 4. Phlegmatic type people we find. These are the 4 types which have been prescribed or forwarded by physicians like Hippocrates and physicians like Galen. And sanguine type, choleric type, melancholic type and phlegmatic type. And there is another most important classification, that is trait. And depending on trait type, we are to see other types in later stage. I will discuss in detail about the concept sanguine type personality, so that your concept concerning to various people whom you basically meet in day-to-day life exercises, you can assess. Choleric type, melancholic type and phlegmatic type. And when I will explain in detail, you will certainly understand the concept so much well, and by understanding, you in your daily life situations will be able to identify personality of people very easily. Let us stop here for today. The other part of the class or relation will be discussed in later stage. Thank you so much.